Umeanza.
Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about quantitative analysis. It's a very important concept in chemistry. So without wasting time, let us find out what quantitative analysis is about. So quantitative analysis is a method used in chemistry and this one is practically to determine the quantity. The word quantitative was derived from quantity. Quantity meaning amount. Of a substance in a given sample. So you are given a sample, you want to determine particularly, for example, amount of base that is in that substance, amount of acid that is in that substance. That's what we call quantitative analysis. There is this technique that is used under quantitative analysis. This one is titration. How is it done? So we say is a technique in quantitative analysis which involves, now I'm going to explain how titration is carried out to bring about this aim. So titration involves carefully adding one solution or substance to another until the reaction between them is just complete. So we have two solutions here. Let us say we have solution A and solution B. You are adding solution A to solution B carefully. You don't just add for the sake of doing it. You add carefully until the reaction between those two solutions is just complete. Then you stop adding. Or in other words, until the end point is reached. The end of the reaction is reached. And how will you know that the reaction has come to an end? You use a chemical substance called an indicator. So I'm writing this note here to tell you how you are supposed to determine whether the end of the reaction has reached or not. So we have a chemical substance called indicator, which is used to determine the end of the reaction. The end of the reaction. So what is an indicator? Is a chemical substance so I'm defining an indicator based on this context. An indicator can have various definitions, but in this context, we are going to define it this way. It's a chemical substance that changes color. Once one of the reactants is completely used up. So So you are reacting substance A, substance B in terms of solutions. So you are carefully adding one of them to the other. Once the other one is completely used up, the indicator changes color. So when it changes color, you continue adding the other one, you will be wasting time because no more reaction will take place. So we say a chemical substance that changes color once one of the reactants is completely used up. Now, let us find out the apparatus that you are supposed to use in titration, used for titration. We have the pipette. It looks like this. It usually has a mark here. This is a 25 cubic centimeter mark. So when you put a solution inside here until this mark, it means the volume of that solution is 25 cubic centimeters. We also have another one called burette. These are a long tube, looks like that, and it has a tap down here. This tube is calibrated from 0 all the way to 50 cubic centimeters. So when you fill this burette with a solution up to this point, we say the volume of that solution is 50 cubic centimeters. Okay? And then we have another apparatus called conical flask. A conical flask looks like this. So remember, we are talking about apparatus that are used for titration. How are you going to carry out this process? First of all, you use a pipette. You suck 25 cubic centimeters of solution in a pipette, and then you release this solution into the conical flask. Once this solution has been put in the conical flask, you add an indicator here. Once you add an indicator, you open this tap. You place this one under the burette. Open this tap. Allow this solution from the burette to run into the conical flask carefully until the color of the indicator inside the conical flask changes. Once the color changes, you close the tap. More of this information I'm going to explain in the next video.